You're watching From the Heart with John Willard.
Hi friends, John Willard here, the gentleman's poet and NACA contributor, back with another show. I have more bone-chilling truths. Speaking of truth, two gentlemen were stretching the truth so far, telling fish stories. When I heard enough, my ornery side came out. I said, "Did you men lose a roll of money with a rubber band around it?" They said, "Yes, we did." I said, "I have good news. I found your rubber band." Friends, I have important things for shows. Grief therapy, attitude, but doggone if resilience just don't top the charts with me. The dictionary says resilience is the ability to recover from adversity. Friends, I look at NACA as a mentor. There is a path through pain to wisdom, through suffering to strength, through fear to courage, if we have the virtue of resilience. No trade is more useful. How do we live a resilient life? No one's going to hand you a prize for resilience. There's no certificate, no t-shirt, no link to mark when you got resilient. It's a way of being. There's a lot to say about the difference mentors can make in your life. Most mentors have earned their wisdom because they have struggled themselves. Keep in mind, in great mentors like NACA, you'll find more than expertise in their field. It's likely you'll find expertise in the practice of resilience. Friends, if I can play a small part, it will be in the story. All sorrows can be borne if you put them in a story. Remember on last week's show I told you I have pictures of a lady over both my desk, a long-time NACA contributor, Ruby Klingenpeel. Another definition of resilience. Friends, if the ability to recover from adversity interests you as it does me, listen close. Her life was filled with adversity, including surviving throat cancer and living 40 more years with accomplishments off the charts, including college and graduating late in life. After Ruby died, her life was our memories and an old chest. And in that chest, I found a poem of hers, faded and worn from much use. As you know, my show is titled From the Heart. Ruby's poem is titled Heart Gifts. I refer to the poem as Ruby's Heart Gifts. I'll share her poem, Heart Gifts, and the 5 things in the poem I call these things. Friends, I'll give you a taste of these things. A small taste because of time. Listen close and see what makes NACA work. Think of NACA as a family tree. with your NACA contributors, your CNAs, and the mission. Look through my eyes for a recent review. The resilience of Lori Porter and Lisa Sweet. The giving. If I put pen to paper, this book wouldn't hold all of it. Friends, Lisa's mom, Judy, when I got home from surgery, made me the biggest pot of stew you could imagine. In last week's show, I mentioned the resilience of Lisa's dad, Gene, the resilience and love of Lori's mom, Ruby. And I'm thinking, as I review NACA, this must be contagious. The morning I asked Lisa if she had time to type pages for me, she replied, "I always have time for you." She did, and I found out later she was already late for a business meeting over 200 miles away. Ruby's heart gifts? One morning I opened the office door early, surprised to see Jeff Wellman hanging a large bulletin board and answering the phones. And as he's multitasking, he manages time for me. "John, can I make you a coffee?" Ruby's heart gifts. Katie Page to me, "How was your weekend?" Dane Henning replying to my holding up his newscast, "You're fine, my friend." And Jeff Carter, alias my breakfast partner, because the few times my wife and I go for breakfast, Jeff and Vicky seem to always be there, and I hear, "Good morning, how's your sons?" And Gary Omar, a good man that reminds me of Doc McCracken, a man of high moral character who would shake the hand of a stranger and not see him till years later and still remember his name as if it was yesterday. Genuine? Ruby's heart gifts? All of the NACA contributors had and have adversities and shown resilience. Friends, does all this culminate into this picture? Okay, here it is, the 5 things in Ruby's poem. A smile, a friendly word, thoughtfulness, kindness, love. Listen for these 5 things in Ruby's faded, worn from much use poem. It's not the things that can be bought that are life's richest treasure. It's just the little heart gifts that money cannot measure. A cheerful smile, a friendly word are priceless little treasures. They are the things that can't be bought with silver or with gold. For thoughtfulness and kindness and love are never sold. They are the priceless things in life for which no one can pay, and the giver finds rich recompense in giving them away. I love that. Friends, when you see this picture, don't you see these 5 things as Ruby did? One of the 5 things in heart gifts was love. Are you ready for this Martin Luther King Jr. quote? Darkness cannot drive out darkness. Only light can do that. Hate cannot drive out hate. Only love can do that. I love that quote. Do you see the NACA family tree? Lori, Lisa, the branches, the mission? Another Martin Luther King Jr. quote. Life's most persistent and urgent question is, what are you doing for others? Does it remind you of the CNAs? I have for Lori Porter and Lisa Sweet 10 recommendations for human relations. Speak to people. Smile at people. Call people by name. Be friendly and helpful. Be cordial. Have a genuine interest in people. Be generous with praise. Be considerate of the feelings of others. Be thoughtful of the opinions of others. Be alert to give service. Reminds me of the CNAs. And friends, I have another Martin Luther King quote that really reminds me of NACA and the CNAs. Not everybody could be famous, but everybody can be great, because greatness is determined by service. Friends, I'm out of time. Remember, Nagi always said, when you're good to others, you are best to yourself. You can reach me at jwillard@NACACNA.org. If you want me to come to your event, well, I still have my dogs. You know how that is. Remember, it's not what we gain, but what we give that measures the worth of the life we live. Until next time, friends.